Okay. I'm activating mine.
Hi, my name is Gail Todd with Townview Realtors. If you find yourself in the market to buy, sell, lease, or maybe you want to be a part of this hot real estate market by investing, just give my team of professionals and I a call at 214-675-9572. Again, that's 214-675-9572. Or you can email me at gtodd88@yahoo.com. With me, it's all about you.
All right. Are we live? All right. We're live and you're live and we're all live because we are in this thing together. And hey, we are very happy to have during this second hour of the Commish radio show, as we always do. We have Michael Todd, the attorney here, legal standpoint. Where do I stand, man?
Hey, you know where you stand where you stand on principle.
Yeah, that's it. That's it. We got Gabe walking around here. We got all these chairs here that are here right now. We wanted to invite some MAGA people to be here with us, but they turned down. They turned us down, man. I just played that last radio podcast where I talked about the MAGA people reminded me of the Buffalo Bills winning the Super Bowl 4 times in a row, in which we clearly know that they didn't win. But, you know, nevertheless, we're in this together.
But you know what? Reality doesn't make a difference, Ed, when you're talking to the MAGA people.
Well, it don't make any difference. It don't make any difference.
They come up with their own reality, how they see things, what things are, what they're not. It's pretty amazing to me, you know, as you look at it and you just see folks that are just detached from reality. You know, I believe it's this, I believe it's that, and that's just what it is.
Yeah, you know, I've seen a lot of people do that, and I don't understand right now with all of this Department of Justice. Well, you're an attorney, you know.
Right.
I mean, I deal with the political side, so I'm looking at the political angle and people saying that you know, Donald Trump should be in jail. We see the January 6 hearings, and I say, well, all that is politics. And I say, it is politics, but they are revealing some things that can lead to an indictment or two.
Yeah, without a doubt. And the thing is this, we can't just make, and when I say we, I'm talking about the American people, the country, democracy. We just can't make determinations based upon political considerations. Because what we've had, you know, when you look at Donald Trump and you look at his administration, the individuals that he's been around, you know, it's just been a period of lawlessness, you know, with respect to him. Roger Stone, Paul Mount.
That's the guy that got Richard Nixon tattooed to his backside?
Yeah, that's the guy with the Richard Nixon.
That's weird, man.
Yeah, it's really, yeah, because you know what? I won't even put Emmitt Smith's name on my back if I was wearing a Cowboy jersey.
Wait a minute, hold on. It's football season. Emmitt Smith don't play football no more.
Okay, well, I wouldn't have any.
Dak Prescott. Would you put Dak Prescott on? Would you wear Dak Prescott jersey?
Without a doubt, no.
Come on, man.
No. You will never see another man's name on my back. Never. Now, if I have a couple of Ranger jerseys that I liked when the Rangers were there, but the only ones I purchased had no name on the back.
Oh, so you just don't put no name on them?
No name.
Well,
yeah, I mean, come on, man.
Well, that's the reason why when I go to the National Negro Baseball Hall of Fame, you know,
right.
I always get the Homestead Grays because it has my name on it.
Oh, okay. All right.
There you go. I roll like that.
Yeah,
I roll like that.
But the thing is that his whole administration, everybody around him has been just lawless. You know, man, I mean, how many people have been indicted? Bannon, All of these people indicted for actions that they took while he was in office, and he's either pardoned them, because of it, or commuted their sentence. It's a difference, commuting versus pardoning them. And the thing is that there have been instances where it was reported that he wanted people to do things that were illegal, and he was offering a pardon for them to do it. Don't worry about it. It's kind of amazing when you sit there and you hear about, he just gave this big speech this past week, talking about law and order, that America has fell into some lawless cesspool, and he's the most lawless person I've ever seen.
Well, I believe you on that. I believe you on that, but as he often said, go into the mattresses, right? I mean, doing some Godfather stuff.
Is that what it is?
That's what he said, man.
Well, yeah, I mean, he is a gangster. He is a gangster. But my thing is this. If you are supposed to be the president of the United States, former president of the United States, and then for you to set an example of just being lawless, just being reckless, things of that nature, and then to complain about there being a high crime rate, I mean, I think people follow your example. And when you're lawless, I think other individuals say that, hey, the law doesn't apply to me. They think that they can do whatever they want to do.
And the dangerous thing about this is that it's not giving up no kind of way.
No.
Gabe, I know you have a couple of videos right there. You've been looking at these videos all week. What do you come up with? DOJ? Let's run that one.
Reporting the Justice Department is focusing part of its investigation into the January 6th attack on former President Trump. Here's ABC's Chief Justice correspondent Pierre Thomas now.
Tonight, sources tell ABC News the Justice Department's investigation is increasingly focused on the actions of President Trump. We're told former White House aide Cassidy Hutchinson is among those now cooperating with DOJ as they investigate Trump's role in the scheme to prevent Congress from certifying Joe Biden's win on January 6th. She's already testified that days before the 6th, the president's lawyer, Rudy Giuliani, told her Trump was going to go to the Capitol himself, that there was already a plan in the works to disrupt the certification.
He looked at me and said something to the effect of, Cass, are you excited for the 6th? It's going to be a great day. We're going to the Capitol. It's going to be great. The president's going to be there. He's going to look powerful.
Sources tell us federal investigators are also examining efforts to send fake electors supporting Trump to Washington to disrupt Biden's certification. The January 6th committee showing the slates of fake electors in states Biden had won. Prosecutors have already interviewed former Vice President Mike Pence's chief of staff, Mark Short, and top counsel Greg Jacob, who publicly testified Pence refused to participate in Trump's scheme.
No vice president in 230 years of history had ever claimed to have that kind of authority.
And federal prosecutors have subpoenaed a number of so-called fake electors and seized the phone of Trump's private attorney, John Eastman.
All right. Hey, man, Mike. What do you think about that, man? I mean, have you ever seen a situation in which the vice president of the United States is basically, the president sicked his people on him, man. He said, I'm disappointed in Mike.
Right.
He gave a speech, said, I'm disappointed in Mike.
Right. And you know what? For a while, before the January 6th hearing started, when they were saying that people were chanting, "Hang Mike Pence,"
yeah,
I thought people, sometimes you at the game and you just chanting some stuff. I just kind of took it like that.
Until you saw them bring the hangman noose and the gallows.
Well, and I even knew about that, but...
Hey, that's kind of serious, man.
Yeah,
if I come to your house, Michael, if I come to your house and say I'm going to kill you, and I bring a hangman's noose and everything, that's kind of serious.
Well, yeah, and after the magnitude of what was going on has been amplified with the hearings, and I really believe if they had gotten a hold to him, some of them crazy rascals may have tried to hang him for real.
Oh, they was gonna get him. They was gonna get him, man.
But how can you do that when somebody has sucked up to you for 4 years? They've done so many things for you, like Pence had done for Trump, that because he didn't do one thing for him, then he just decided, hey, look, I'm just going to just turn the dogs loose on you. I can't speak to you anymore. Nothing that you've done before has even, it doesn't even matter or register anymore. I just don't care. You know, what did they say? They said that Cassie Hutchinson said that Trump said, hey, I think Mike deserves it. The people saying that they were trying to hang.
Hey, the last time I seen somebody do like that was in New Jack City, man. Nino Brown when he killed his boy, man.
Oh, G Money.
Yeah.
I don't even think. I don't know, man. I don't even think Nino was that mean to
No,
G
he was.
Money.
I'm not saying that he was gonna, but it's pretty damn close.
Yeah.
I mean, you know, when I know we don't have that one because I saw the clips earlier that he had, but they had pictures of Mike Pence running from office to office with the Secret Service. And
Right.
Secret Service, some bad dudes, man.
Right,
Bad
right.
women and men.
Right.
You know, and they were calling up their relatives saying, "Hey, look, I may not get out of this alive, man."
Now that was pretty
hey.
astounding.
Now, hey.
When you have Secret Service people saying to their families that I don't know if I'm gonna make it. I mean, that really lets you know the level of violence, the level of acrimony that was present that day.
If that ain't Nino Brown, I don't know what is.
Well,
That's
you know, when
pretty
you
close.
think about it, it may be even more. I mean,
that's kind of Nino Brownish, man.
Dude, it's even
It wasn't
worse
even
than
Trump
Nino.
style. It was Nino Brownish, man.
No, I think it was even, as we think about it, I think it's even more than Nino.
Yeah.
Nino just took out one or two.
I mean, because it's like Donald Trump called him up and said, "I'm my brother's keeper," that type of thing.
Right. Hey, I'm disappointed.
I'm disappointed,
that you wouldn't do this,
You
Mike.
wouldn't do this.
You can do it.
You can do this.
Yeah.
And then Mike had to pray on it. Tomorrow, a lot of people gonna be in church tomorrow.
Right.
But the evangelical right, they ain't right in this whole thing, man, because they siding with Trump, man.
Well, and you know what? When you said that Pence had to pray on it,
He did.
Just think about that, though. So that means if he had to pray on it, that what he was being asked to do is something that he was contemplating.
He was contemplating. He called a couple of people
if
up.
you know something's wrong and somebody asked you to do it, you don't have to pray about it. You just say, even your religious person, you say, the Lord wouldn't want me to do that. No, I can't do that. If they had asked him to go, okay, Mike, go over here and start talking to this other woman, without having any chaperones, Mike would have said no.
They would say
He's
no.
already said no before that he can't have a interview with a female journalist without chaperones.
He said that?
Yeah.
Oh, Mike's pretty
bored
on that.
Yeah, he's pretty devout.
Yeah.
So what I'm trying to say is that if he had to pray on it, then that means he was thinking about doing it.
Well, hey, it's a lot of that going on.
You follow what I'm saying?
I follow what you're saying.
So it's scary that we're glad that Mike got the he got the right answer back. Otherwise, who knows what may have happened?
Yeah, it's true. It's true. Hey, man, I've been watching your phone, man. Well, how can they follow you, man, through social media and everything? They restreaming, you doing all that stuff?
Yeah, we do the restream through through YouTube. Legal Standpoint. We do the Instagram. We do the Facebook Legal Standpoint.
You got it going on,
and
man.
we've got the Michael Todd restream also.
Now you up
through
to
Facebook.
You up to speed on all this, unlike the Secret Service and the Department of Homeland Security.
Right, because they don't even know how to do what? Maintain text messages.
Yeah, I mean,
text messages,
you know what? It must have been some dude that was running that, man. That that he didn't want his girl to see who he was texting.
Well, I wouldn't know anything.
I'm just saying there had to be, because all the texts were deleted or something.
But not just one person, but
the whole Department of Homeland Security and the Secret Service.
Yeah, for the security detail. How is that?
Who does that?
How is that?
I don't know.
And it seems like, if I read correctly, that they were erased like 10 days
before.
No, 10 days after a request had been made for them to maintain those records.
Wait a minute, hold on. You mean to tell me it's like somebody asks you, let me see your phone, and you go like, oh.
Right. No, I think...
Let me delete these for a minute, and there we go.
Right. Well, it's a little worse than that.
What?
Because if they asked you to see your phone, it is your phone. So you don't have to let somebody see your phone.
But if it's a company phone,
a governmental phone.
That's what it is.
Okay.
Government
so
phone
those messages
belong
should be
to the government.
for the purposes of the people.
But they were all deleted just up to that time period.
After they were requested
so we don't have no more of those.
Right. And you know what's funny? Some of those same people that Tony Arenado, I think his name was, he's the guy that was with Secret Service that was actually Trump's personal boy. He was the one that was saying that this whole thing that Cassie Hutchinson talked about Trump grabbing the wheel and having to be restrained and attempting to choke people. He said that didn't happen, right? Mm-hmm. But it turns out he's a real deep Trumper. And then on top of it, after that, through additional channels, we've had other individuals that have come forward who have said that that incident did occur. So everybody wanted to attack the Hutchinson young lady on the basis of, because there's some dispute as it relates to whether he grabbed the wheel. But now that you have heard other people come forward, you don't hear anybody talking about that anymore.
Yeah, that's how. So he grabbed the wheel.
Yeah, he wanted to go, man. He wanted to go to the Capitol. Imagine this, Ed. Thousands of people at the Capitol, overrunning the Capitol, and if Trump had been there, he would have been leading the charge. Over here, this way. Think about that. You know what? The only thing that pains me the most is that they didn't let him go.
You wanted him to do that?
I would have loved for him to go.
That would have caused all kind of mayhem. Man.
Well, it may have, but guess what? We'd be rid of him by now.
Mayhem is mayhem, right? It's like, okay, that would have caused more mayhem.
It would have caused more mayhem, but we would be rid of him.
Yeah.
Because there's no way you could have said, oh, well, he was just funning around, or, we're just taking his words out of context.
Well,
if he had been down there leading the charge, then I'm pretty sure we would have gotten either the 25th Amendment or a real impeachment by the Senate. If the Republicans in the Senate had just had a little backbone.
And you don't think they have no backbone now?
No, they don't. They have no backbone. Okay. They have no backbone. Well, they have no idea of right or wrong.
Clear on that one.
No backbone. No backbone. Except for the ones that voted, properly.
Okay. So Ted Cruz has no backbone.
Oh, Ted Cruz is just, he's just a slime, and he's a milk-fed, soft-bellied lap dog.
Wow. Can we say that on Fishbowl?
Yeah.
Well, if we can't, I think we just did.
I say a milk-fed, soft-bellied lap dog.
Okay, counselor.
Yeah, that's what Ted Cruz is.
All right, so I'm all choked up on that right now. We'll be right back after we hear that Gail Lamb Todd. What did you call him again? You can't do that.
No. Milk-fed, soft-bellied lapdog.
All right, those are our words for today. We'll be right back.
Hi, my name is Gail Todd with Townview Realtors. If you find yourself in the market to buy, sell, lease, or maybe you want to be a part of this hot real estate market by investing, just give my team of professionals and I a call at 214-675-9572. Again, that's 214-675-9572. Or you can email me at gtodd88@yahoo.com. With me, it's all about you.
Who was that masked man? You mean you don't know? That was no masked man. That was the Commish. Saturdays from 5 to 6 p.m. on the Fishbowl Radio Network.
Hi, my name is Gail Todd with Townview Realtors. If you find yourself in the market to buy, sell, lease, or maybe you want to be a part of this hot real estate market by investing, just give my team of professionals and I a call at 214-675-9572. Again, that's 214-675-9572. Or you can email me at gtodd88@yahoo.com. With me, it's all about you.
Hey, you know what? You know, that's a good thing, man. We got Gail M. Todd, man. Real estate market still doing what it's doing, booming. Your time to buy, you know. And I can't wait to get home, to get behind my palace, so I could go ahead and look at some more of these videos and everything. I was checking out the outtakes of Donald Trump, man, and this guy, man, I saw the outtakes, man, and it's him telling the people to go home and everything in peace. And then the next day, it took him all day long to...
Right. And the thing is, Ed, what he said on the videos was shocking enough.
Well, he told people to go home. He said he was going to go after the people, didn't he?
No. What he said was, I understand how you feel. We love you.
Oh.
Now, he's telling the people that just overran the Capitol, we love you. That's what he said on the tape. Now, that was shocking enough.
And so it wasn't like, you know, when Frankie Beverly says, I love you, and he talked to the crowd, it wasn't like that type of thing.
No. He was telling those individuals who are basically criminals that I love you. I love what you did.
Oh.
Everything you just did in my name is great. I love that. And then we see the next day in the outtakes, you know, that he's saying other things that he didn't even want to condemn what was going on.
Well, Gabe, I know you got that somewhere on there. I mean, because I have you working like 24/7, man, looking for this stuff. Let's see what you got.
Who remained at the White House on the morning of January 7th knew the president needed to address the nation again, and they had a speech prepared for him that morning, but he refused for hours to give it. As you heard Cassidy Hutchins testify previously, President Trump finally agreed to record an address to the nation later that evening, the evening of January 7th, because of concerns he might be removed from power under the 25th Amendment or by impeachment. We know these threats were real. Sean Hannity said so himself in a text message that day to Press Secretary Kayleigh McEnany. He wrote, "No more stolen election talk. Yes, impeachment and 25th Amendment are real." We obtained the never-before-seen raw footage of the president recording his address to the nation that day on January 7th, more than 24 hours after the last time he had addressed the nation from the Rose Garden. Let's take a look.
Whenever you're ready, sir.
I would like to begin by addressing the heinous attack yesterday, and to those who broke the law, you will pay. You do not represent our movement, you do not represent our country, and if you broke the law, you can't say that. I'm not going to, I already said you will pay. The demonstrators who infiltrated the Capitol have defied the seat of justice. It's defiled, right? See, I can't see it very well. Okay, I'll do this. I'm going to do this. Let's go. But this election is now over. Congress has certified the results. I don't want to say the election's over. I just want to say Congress has certified the results without saying the election's over, okay?
But Congress is certified. Now Congress.
Yeah, right.
Now Congress.
I didn't say over, so let me see. Go to the paragraph before. Okay? I would like to begin by addressing the heinous attack yesterday. Yesterday is a hard word for me.
Just take it out. The heinous attack.
Ah, good. Take the word yesterday, because it doesn't work with the
fact that we had to go through this. Number one, frankly speaking, President Trump, former President Trump.
No, just 45, man. I mean,
man.
Yeah, we say his name 3 times, he might show up.
That's like Candyman.
Candyman or something, man. I don't even want to say his name.
Trump, don't do it again. Game over there tripping. Producers tripping. Knock over there 3 times. Don't do it again. Don't do it again.
Yeah. No.
So, man, you know what? You know, this whole thing, though, it was weird, though, man. You know, one, first of all, he can't read. We already know that.
Right.
You know, because he couldn't read it, you know. Was
it that he couldn't read it, or was it that he didn't want to read it?
Both.
Yeah, that's what it was.
Yeah,
because he loved those people that did that the day before. So to have to say, and if you broke the law, dude, they broke the law. They in there. They stopped the certification for a period of time. They had broken the law. I don't want to say that the election is over. Well, why not? It was over.
It ain't over. The party's not over.
The election was over not on January 6th, but on December 16th, I believe it was, when the states actually certified their electors.
All right.
There was no way it could be overturned. No way.
So this was just a ceremonial type thing.
Ceremonial type thing. Because number one, you had the Democrats at that time that controlled the House. The Republicans controlled the Senate. Even if the Senate had voted to overturn a state's election, it still had to have the House also join in it. If the House didn't join, which they weren't because they were maintained by the Democrats, then at best it would be one House said it should be overturned, one House said it didn't. In that event, it goes back to the original certification by the governor, who had already said it was Biden. There was no way to overturn it.
Oh, you think you know everything, man?
No, I'm just telling you.
You think you know? You like you're a lawyer or something?
Yeah, well, every now and then I sleep at a Motel 6.
You are a lawyer. I keep forgetting that. That's why we call this show Legal Standpoint with Michael Todd. So
now you know what? One of our good supporters, Brenda Freeman.
Okay.
She asked if Donald Trump could he be forced to testify if he's actually indicted by the DOJ. And even though Donald Trump is the former, 45 is the former president.
You just can't say it.
Yeah, I can't. I don't want to say it. He still would still have the same rights as any citizen that is being tried, and so he would have the right against self-incrimination, meaning that he would not have to testify unless he chose to do so. So we couldn't force him to testify. But I tell you what, if he got indicted, I would feel pretty comfortable that you couldn't keep him off the stand, man, because he just feels like he's bulletproof.
Oh man, you got a lot of opportunities for indictments, man. Let's be like Tony Braxton. Let us count the ways. You know, in Georgia, they're investigating them now.
That's right. In Georgia, because of the efforts that he made to try to contact those officials in Georgia to find votes for him, to try to get the governor not to certify, and to try to get the legislators to recertify or to decertify the election.
So it's just more than this January 6th.
Oh yeah, it's more than January 6th. I mean, the whole thing is this.
It's like Nino Brown again. It's bigger than me.
Yeah. It's kind of like Nixon, right? What Nixon did. Everybody thinks Nixon just said, "Okay, just go break into the Watergate," but Nixon did way more than that. He was, sending people out to spy and sabotage different candidates, not just for president, but other races throughout the state. They had slush me. Oh man, it was. I mean, he was a crook. Donald Trump.
Donald, you almost said.
Yeah. Donald Trump is a crook. He's a crook.
A Freudian slip.
Yeah, no. That was direct.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he's a crook.
So, now we also got New York, too. In the state of New York, he's He's being investigated by the Attorney General in the state of New York.
Right, by Leela James.
That's a sister. You know?
Not only a sister.
Wait a minute, he don't like black women. I seen the way he do.
Oh yeah.
The black press. You know, I see that.
The black press, the black congresswomen.
Yeah,
you know anybody that's black. But now he's going around.
But it's always a black woman. He don't mess with Cory Booker like that.
Yeah, but but it is women. It is women. He has a problem with even with white women. He's had a problem.
He got a problem with women.
With women, he has a problem. With women.
He has an issue with women.
But James, I do want to make one point, especially since my man H. Ron White is watching right now. I got to make this point about Miss James.
H. Ron White.
Yeah, H. Ron White.
The judge.
Yeah,
he's watching that.
He's watching right now.
Oh, okay.
And the point I have to make is that James is not just the Attorney General. She's not just a black woman. She's a Howard Law grad.
Oh, you're gonna pull that one. You're gonna pull that one. You know, it's sort of like it's like Jerry Jones when he say he's not a football player.
Right.
He's a Dallas Cowboy.
Yeah,
you know, that means something right there.
She's a Howard Law grad.
But that can't be all that bad though. Can't be all that bad. Now, she's investigating them now too.
Yeah, she's been investigating.
So you have these two investigations that we know about. And
right. But her investigation is more of on a civil basis.
What's
she's looking at she's looking at whether they were inflating and deflating the prices of his real estate as he was trying to use them for either, for different purposes.
Oh, so what we have going on here is we have multifaceted investigation. You got a political investigation.
Correct.
And with the January 6 hearings.
Correct.
And then you also have down in Atlanta that's a criminal.
That's a criminal investigation.
And then you have a civil
in New York. So now there is a corresponding criminal out of the Southern District of New York.
That's the big one.
But you remember they had I can't remember the guy's name. It was a real known son of a politician.
Yes, Cyrus Vance.
Cyrus Vance's son. That's correct. He used
to be Secretary of State.
Yeah. Cyrus Vance did. Yeah. So his son was the U.S. attorney there. Now they have a brother that's there now, but the brother is kind of equivocated, I don't know if we need to try to indict him, things of that nature. So I don't put too much stock in the federal Southern District of New York investigation, but they say it's ongoing. It's ongoing. However, Merrick Garland, who just this past week said that we are going to pursue anyone who has violated the law, no matter what their place of station is. So, of course, a lot of people took comfort that they are doing looking at the actions of 45.
Just can't say the man's name.
Well, I can say it, but the thing is,
it's difficult. I understand.
Yeah, it is. But and Ed, you know what? I know we've talked about this a few times, right? But it's really important that we emphasize this because we know a lot of our listeners and watchers, they get caught up in their day-to-day activities. They may not have time to look at the hearings. That's the reason why we do this show
and
things of that nature.
Break it down.
Yeah, but we we got to let people know that it is it's a cancer growing across this country. With these individuals that are trying to turn our country into an authoritarian type place.
And that's the importance of us having this show, and that's the reason why I'm posting it and saying please share, because if we're not too careful, hey, we're going to lose our country.
Yeah, we really will. Really will.
Because what happens the next time around when the election's held? I mean, and this guy is in there and he don't get in there, what happens then?
Right. And the thing is this has been his game plan from day one. Before the 2016 election, before, when he felt that he wasn't going to win, he started seeding seeds of dissent at that point. Oh, it's rigged. This is in 2016 when he thought he was going to lose to Hillary Clinton. Then when he won, he was like, oh, okay. Well, no, everything was good. Then they said, well, you didn't win the popular vote. Oh, that's because all the illegals were voting, right? Then as we come up on this election in 2020, what's he start saying? Oh, the only way I can win is if it's fraud. Oh, it's rigged. Oh, it's they're changing the laws. All of these things because what? He just knows that he can't take a whooping. I mean, he just can't. It can't be that I just lost. It has to be some other reason. Somebody's cheated me. Somebody's, and he's done this not only in the general elections, but in little primaries and things of that nature. When he was even running for president for the nomination.
Yeah, he did
first.
do that. Yeah, he did do that.
Yeah, he does this all the time. This is his game plan. And the thing is that those individuals, that 35% of the Americans who support him, they don't care about democracy. They just want to maintain the position that they hold. That's all.
Yep, and it's a lot of them out there.
There's a lot of them out there.
35% of the people, you say?
Yeah, 35. Well, yeah, I think 30. There are 35% that are just diehard Trumpers. I mean, you can't say with all the illegal things that he has done, all the illegal things. If Barack Obama had one person that was indicted around him, one person, he would have been impeached. This man has had 10, 15, 20 people indicted around him, folks convicted around him, right? He has done everything that he could to undermine democracy and to overthrow our democracy. And we ain't even getting into the scandals like with Price and the Interior Secretary and all of those guys. We ain't even gonna get into that. That's just small tater stuff.
Or the emoluments clause in which, you have the Trump International Hotel. He's making money off of the Trump International Hotel, which is a government hotel.
Right.
You can't do that.
That he just sold.
Yeah.
That he just sold, pocketed a whole lot of money out of.
Hey, but that's what it is, man. This is a crazy thing, though. So it's possible that Trump will be in somebody's courtroom from now until kingdom come, as my mother would say.
Yeah, it is totally possible. Now, one thing that I read this week, I read a couple of articles, and it seems that one thing that's been beneficial, maybe from the hearings, is that we're starting to see an erosion of support in the Republican ranks.
That's why I want my good Republican friends to share it. I have a couple of good Republican friends, and they say, I really don't like him, Ed. But when you going to do something about it? When you going to do something about America? It's not about liking him. It's about, do you love your country?
Right. But for some reason, it has gotten to the point where partisan politics has risen above whether we're Americans. You follow? It's like a tribe. And, they just feel that what all they're trying to do is to win at any cost. Just like a perfect example this past week. Joe Manchin finally came off the sidelines and said he saw some stuff that he could support. And we had a bill coming before the Senate that the Republicans had supported before to provide health care for our veterans. Right. But they got so mad about Manchin helping pass something that needed to be, passed to help Americans, that they voted down the health care for veterans.
So they voted down the health care, and this is where my Democratic friends need to clap back and say something about it. Don't let it go, Democrats.
Right.
Don't let it go. So this is their go-to move, Republicans' go-to move. We back our military. You backed your military into a corner.
Right.
And you making sure that they have cancers because of the pit burns.
The pit burns.
So,
but it goes all the way back to Vietnam also, with the Agent Orange and everything. Those were things that those veterans would be able to access health care for. And Ted Cruz, our senator, fist bumping the defeat of veterans receiving health care.
And our Democratic Party, I'm going to claim them, I don't know about you, but our Democratic Party, you can claim them when you want to, but I'm getting ready to slam them after I claim them. So I want to leave you out of it. Our Democratic Party needs to go ahead and hammer them on that. Don't let them off the hook. Don't let them off the hook. Like, like my boy said, the coach of the Arizona Cardinals, you let them off the hook.
Right.
Don't let them off the hook.
Yeah, no. But the thing is this.
I say if they are the party of the military, they should have backed that military, backed the military veterans who've been dying from Agent Orange, who've been dying from the pit burns and the pit burn folks. Is that what you do? Is you take all of the chemicals and all the trash that you have, dig a big pit and burn it, and then when you burn this stuff, all other kinds of chemicals and all this stuff comes out, and then you end up inhaling this stuff and you end up getting sick.
Right.
But then what ends up happening is that you say that you had this happen while you was in the military, and they say, well, we don't know nothing about it.
Right, we don't know anything about it. I need help, or I don't, what are you talking about? But the Republicans always talk about, oh, we're so patriotic, we're with the troops. I think they love the flag more than they love what the flag represents. You follow what I'm saying?
Right.
They don't love the people that the flag represents. They just love the symbol of the flag. Oh, we're going to wrap ourselves in the flag. But when it was time to help those veterans, right, they weren't there. When it's time to ensure that black and brown individuals have equal rights to vote, they're not there. When we're talking about police reform, to be sure that people are not being killed, right, they're not there. So these things, when we're talking about these things that we need for climate change, we're in the middle of a big, just wildfires, droughts, water drying up all over the, and then they're sitting around like there's no climate.
No climate change. I want to acknowledge you was doing shout outs, so let me go ahead and do a couple of shout outs over here on this. Well, Iris Gadsden is watching. Kevin Crittenden says, my boys, thank you both for your service to the community. And Robert Martin Richardson, my cousin up in D.C., so we got people up in D.C. watching as well. We do know Sydney's watching up there as well.
Oh, and I've got other friends there too.
I mean, because
I am a Howard man.
I knew that.
I am a Howard man.
I gave that one to you, man. You were supposed to catch that one, man.
I appreciate it.
There you go. So, this whole concept we're talking about, man, we have to make sure we are on our game with this.
Right.
And then if we're on our game, we make everybody else be on their game as well.
Right. And one thing I'd like to say, Ed, as a part of being on our game, we need, Trump did so many things, right? And you got Republicans that won't say a word against him, right?
Right.
But then when something doesn't go Biden's way, right? Have you noticed that the people who start piling on the most are the Democrats? Why do we do that? Why can't we just have a united voice and say, hey, look, because you know what? Everybody was talking all this noise. We upset. Gas over $5.
Yeah, gas down now.
Gas down to $3.52 now. And it's still dropping. Ain't nobody saying nothing about that, right?
No, I'm gas. They still complain about gas. Gas being, I had a close friend of mine say, gas is up to $5. I said, gas is $3.52 now, man.
$3.52 now. But everybody's still talking like it's $5. We can't buy new cars, because we don't have what? Don't have chips, right? Biden, the Democrats just passed, and it was a bipartisan effort, just passed a law this past week to do what? To help with the production of chips in our country, which will lead to good paying jobs for individuals who had a training to take advantage of, right? Nobody's saying nothing about that. We got this climate bill that's about to come through. Things of that nature, nobody's saying anything. What I'm trying to say is we are so quick to criticize, right? And to start grumbling about what ain't going right, that we don't stay focused to make sure that what we're working on gets done. It's kind of like an old football game, right? My nephew's over there, the head coach of South Oak Cliff, that won the state championship.
I like the way you just dropped that in there.
Jason Todd.
Yeah, I know.
But, I've been going to these games for years.
Uh-huh.
Now everybody's sitting there, they saying that, the coach and, the coaching staff, they geniuses, right? But I remember all them other years when stuff was a little rougher, I had to sit in the stands and hold my temper as I'm hearing all this other Monday morning quarterbacking from folks. let's stay focused on what we trying to do, right? Rather than grumbling and starting to cause dissension within the ranks.
I like that, man. You got me all fired up. I'm ready to fight right now, man. So let's stay focused.
Let's stay focused.
Let's stay focused.
You know, when stuff gets hard, that's when you have to focus more, not start grumbling and fighting with each other.
And they pay us for results.
Not a good effort.
Not a good effort.
That's right.
Yeah, I was there when you gave that one.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah, not a good effort.
Yeah,
you know,
you got to stay in the hunt, man.
They don't. A good effort don't get paid.
Because you know what? People like to do this. People like the easy way. Okay, we're gonna do A, B, C, and D. Oh, okay. Now we get to E. No, that ain't how it works. Sometime in life you got to go A, B, then go to L and M, then come back to D. You got to stay focused. Just because it's hard doesn't mean that you lose focus. Governing is hard. So that being the case, let's stay all in the same boat and let's make sure it sails correctly.
That's right. And you know what? We're going to stay focused because we've been hammering this for the last year and a half, and we're going to continue to hammer this because we're on a mission to save our country.
Right.
So, hey, you've been back for another month. We're going to have you to come back for another month again. Because what's the name of the show?
It's Legal Standpoint with Michael J. Todd.
All right, and you've been listening to the Commish Radio Show. We'll be back next week. Gabe, take us home.
Hi, my name is Gail Todd with Townview Realtors. If you find yourself in the market to buy, sell, lease, or maybe you want to be a part of this hot real estate market by investing, just give my team of professionals and I a call at 214-675-9572. Again, that's 214-675-9572. Or you can email me at gtodd88@yahoo.com. With me, it's all about you.
Hey, you know, whenever I want good Cajun food, I go to Thibodeau's, located at 107 North Cedar Ridge in Duncanville, Texas. They're really hot, just like the Commish Radio Show in Thibodeau's. Hot as this gumbo. We will see you later at Thibodeau's. Who was that masked man? You mean you don't know? That was no masked man. That was the Commish. Saturdays from 5 to 6 p.m. on the Fishbowl Radio Network.
Hi, my name is Gail Todd with Townview Realtors. If you find yourself in the market to buy, sell, lease, or maybe you want to be a part of this hot real estate market by investing, just give my team of professionals and I a call